Hey, everybody. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining us on the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk update on January 30th. We're almost done with January. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter here for WLBT and your host. We have a lot of news we want to get to today. We've got several of you watching right now on Facebook and our YouTube live streams and also our OTT platform. So thank you so much for tuning in. First off, we start with a story here in Jackson that is developing. Two security guards are recovering at this hour after an overnight shooting at a Jackson nightclub. Now, this happened this morning at Club Twilight on Livingston Road. Jackson police say an argument between two nightclub employees who were husband and wife led the club owner to fire the man. When two security guards helped escort him out of the club, police say the man pulled a gun from his pants and opened fire, hitting both guards. The victims were taken to a hospital. Their conditions have both stabilized. Jackson police are still searching for the gunman. Well, 14 people have died following the winter storm that moved across Mississippi last weekend. The latest deaths reported in North Mississippi counties. MEMA and FEMA are deploying personnel and supplies to those counties most impacted. Additional state troopers also are assisting with emergency calls in those hard-hit areas. Governor Tate Reeves says your safety is the top priority as recovery efforts continue statewide. Interstate 55 North is actually passable now up to the Tennessee state line. You can see this first alert weather video here showing you MDOT crews clearing I-55 yesterday in Tate County, and they have been working through the night. If you're heading out today, use caution. If you're going to be traveling in that area, some ice may still be lingering on the roads. And remember, the next big freeze arrives this weekend. Well, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is helping out the people in Rolling Fork as power outages continue there. The Army Corps has sent an emergency generator to Rolling Fork yesterday afternoon. Now, crews across the state assessed power needs at key government buildings. Engineers evaluated the local power situation, then determined what type of generator the facility required. That information was then sent back to Camp McCain, and within 2 hours, a generator was shipped out to the community.
We did see a lot of downlines, talking to some of the community members. Anything from residential to city hall it has either intermittent or no power. So again, that's our main focus, is to determine the critical infrastructure that needs to be plugged into generator power.
Now, MEMA says more than 40 generators have been installed so far across the state. The Mississippi National Guard has distributed emergency supplies. They did so in Oxford yesterday. They handed out 3 days worth of supplies per person to help as many residents as possible. The mayor says the city's water system will be gradually restored while maintaining the progress crews have made on water capacity and pressure. Residential trash service resumes on Monday. Well, state leaders say this winter storm is the worst they've seen since the early 90s, 1994 to be exact. Now we're learning more on how officials prepared for the wintry weather and what they say could have been done differently. Now, Governor Tate Reeves tipping his hat to, that's the same video. I apologize, folks.
I will tell you, there are literally hundreds and thousands of Mississippians right now out in the field, and I would give them an A+ for doing it in very difficult conditions.
That's Governor Tate Reeves talking about the men and women braving the storm to keep your lights and roads clear. Aside from power outage and damage to homes, iced over highways in North Mississippi sparked major concerns. Those conditions caused many to be stranded on parts of I-55 for hours. We told you about that earlier this week. MDOT's executive director, Brad White, says in hindsight, there is one possibility that should have been considered: shutting down the interstate during that time.
We'll be going through every step that we did, what information we had, when did we get it, what can be improved upon, what did we find that worked, what did we find didn't work, what additional equipment might we need, what additional materials, how could you store that and down here. But, so there'll be a time to review all of that and make sure that we review our notes and make sure that the next time that what lessons there were to be learned, that we take advantage of that.
In the meantime, Governor Reeves says agencies will continue to work to recover and get resources to those impacted the most. A bill targeting landlords who embezzle utility payments from tenants has cleared the first hurdle in the Mississippi House of Representatives. House Bill 1404 would create the crime of fraudulent utility conversion for landlords who are convicted of stealing money that renters pay for water, electricity, and other utilities. District 64 Representative Shonda Yates authored the bill after hearing from people during a House Select Committee on Capital City Revitalization. Those meetings followed Jackson Water moving to shut off landlords for failing to pay their bills. Penalties include fines, and time in prison ranging from 6 months to 20 years. Well, tonight we have an all-new Dateline NBC, but it's a 2-hour episode, I should say, starting at 8 p.m. But what makes this one different is that many of you will remember this case because it's something that we followed here from day one. Our Quentin Smith did almost all of the reporting here on the Jimmy J. Lee case and the subsequent conviction of Timothy Harrington for that killing. It was certainly something that we saw play out over the course of years. It had a mistrial at some point, and then, of course, a plea deal before the second trial could fully get off the ground. Here's Blaine Alexander with a preview of what you can expect tonight. Well, I apologize, folks. I thought we had a preview of it, but that's okay because we'll just try to. I hate that. I thought that we, for some reason, though, I thought we had a video of that was shown, but apparently it was not. But I will tell you, Quentin actually interviewed Blaine, talked to her this morning, and we're going to have some of that airing today ahead of the story. So again, we're going to have a full preview on that. And what I'll try to do is actually copy and paste the link so you can watch it in the chat here so that you can see it. I apologize that we did not have that. Apparently, the video that we had there was just a still of, when that's going to come on tonight. Of course, the segment called Bringing Jay Home that airs tonight at 8 p.m. Again, it's a 2-hour special, and it should be very eye-opening. Blaine interviewed, for the first time, Jimmy J. Lee's family members. So it was their first real sit-down interview. There are a lot of things that she learned and the Dateline crew learned as they investigated all of this. A lot of details that have never before been heard of, never before seen before regarding this case. So we look forward to that, and thankfully the family has justice in that case. A couple of comments from folks here. Well, we have one from Annette Lowry talking about the folks out there, the linemen and everybody working so hard. These are brave people out there in these conditions. They are very brave, and we appreciate so much their hard work as so many counties continue to deal with the aftermath of this icy weather that we saw this past weekend. Thanks for everybody, to everybody for joining us today. 2:30, your First Alert weather team will be in here to give you an update on what you can expect this weekend as those temperatures drop yet again, and of course what your work week will look like. And at 4 p.m., starting at 4 p.m., on air and online, our early evening newscasts begin. For everyone here at WLBT, I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host for the WLBT Digital News Desk Update here on WLBT Plus. We will see you back here Monday at 1. Have a wonderful weekend.